All right. Remember we talked about the Trump and Tim Cook thing, the Apple in Austin, the Mac Pro. My goodness, people are mad. People are mad at Trump and Tim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it goes politics, Will. And I don't want to go to politics over here, but he was, it's kind of funny. He goes down there and he marches around the plant there in Austin, and he's got Tim by his side, and Tim's showing him the Mac Pro. Like, the video's out there. You can watch it. I think Ivanka Trump tweeted out, she tweeted out a short video clip with the two of them looking at the new Mac Pro. And Trump is taking all kinds of credit for this this manufacturing facility, and people are mad that he's claiming so much responsibility for it. And the reason is because the facility, the actual plant that he was looking at, has existed for a while. Okay, the plant that he's looking at, he did not open it, even though his tweet says he opened it. It's been there since 2013, I believe. The original Mac Pro, the trash can Mac Pro that I had, came from that facility. It's actually not Apple. It's a contractor to Apple. They're called Flex. And they employ about 500 people. It's not an enormous manufacturing facility either. As you know, the Mac Pro is a higher margin, lower volume product for professionals and things like this. But Trump was walking around basically saying, look, the economy's doing great. Look, we got, there are things here with Apple logos, and we are standing in America, is what happened.
And I'm going to announce that I opened up this factory.
Yeah, and he went, but that's his thing, isn't it? Here's the tweet. Today, I opened a major Apple manufacturing plant in Texas that will bring high-paying jobs back to America. Today, Nancy Pelosi closed Congress because she doesn't care about American workers. That's what he does. All right. You have to read between the lines. Of course, you have to read between the lines. You have to look into it. No, he did not open this place up, but I'm going to do a little bit of a translation. The New York Times did a similar article just breaking down what actually happened. Apple, when they announced the new Mac Pro, kind of insinuated that they were done with Austin, that they were going to do it in China. It was easier for them, probably less expensive. Then, of course, Trump has been on the whole thing with the tariffs and all that, trying to incentivize companies not to do that. So really, the real tweet is essentially, look, I made sure Apple is at least doing a portion of their assembly in America instead of in China like everything else. But we have to soften that up a little bit because in the scope of everything Apple's doing, this is relatively insignificant. It's not an iPhone. It's a I don't want to downplay it though. It is cool that it's just so rare to see any product with an Apple logo doing anything to it besides designing it in America, right? It's an interesting thing to take place regardless. I don't want to completely squash it, but it is relatively insignificant in the scope of Apple's landscape. And there's millions of people employed in China on behalf of Apple by comparison. And this facility of contractors, about 500 people. But just to finish out the whole thing here, as happy as they are, Apple is investing pretty heavily in the Austin area, and they put out their very own press release. They're breaking ground on an enormous campus, which will be a lot more like their typical office environment as opposed to manufacturing or assembly. But it is significant. It's 244,000 square feet. No, that's the Mac Pro facility. I take that back. This
one's a 133-acre campus.
130. This is way bigger. It's a $1 billion, 3 million square foot campus. So the current Mac Pro assembly, to put it in comparison, is 244,000 square feet. This new office building campus thing is 3 million square feet, and it's going to cost $1 billion. And this is going to have 5,000 employees with the capacity to grow to 15,000 in 2022. again, compared to the 500 people that work at Flex with the assembly of the Mac Pro. So it's kind of a little bit of everything in there. It's not completely false, but it's just a matter of digging a little bit deeper and seeing exactly what's happening. There's obviously a relationship between Trump and Tim Cook, and there's obviously incentive for Tim Cook to maintain this relationship because of the impact that these tariffs could have on Apple, specifically if Trump's able to push them through. So they're bargaining in front of our eyes. They're shaking hands. They're bargaining in front of our eyes. Tim gets to avoid some tariffs by having this relationship. He gets to ease up on that. Trump gets the photo op at the facility that's actually from 2013. And everybody's happy. You see how that goes? Mm-hmm. It's an agreement. They both, so you get to take from that whatever you choose. But I just wanted to add the piece that Apple is doing big business in Austin to the tune of $1 billion campus. It's not just this small Flex enterprise at 500, even though that's it for actual assembly for the time being.